Alright guys, we're back. I'm your boy D'Anthony. I'm my boy Don here.
What's up?
And we're Break Room Blitz, as you probably already know, because
Yeah.
you're probably our biggest fan.
I know.
And thousands of people watching this video right now, they know who we are. We don't need any introductions.
You know it.
No, we do, actually. So we're Break Room Blitz.
Alright,
And rules on the channel, if we make you smile or even laugh, because we're funny, go ahead and hit that like button, okay? That's what it costs. If we make you think, go ahead and comment. If you disagree with us, go ahead and put down why you disagree. We will let you know why you're wrong, because we're always right, okay? If you want to see our beautiful faces every week, because my haircut is fly, right? Fly, right? That's what I'm talking about. Then go ahead and hit that subscription button with that notification bell, and poof, pow, we'll be right there in your face, okay? So we are about 30 minutes till we go see the My Hero Academia movie.
Oh yeah.
Cannot wait. It's one of my favorite animes right now. So we thought maybe we would just come up with a video talking about our top 5 anime.
Yeah.
Not necessarily movies, but
Series, shows, animes.
So I will start at 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then sorry about that. My son is a little loud, and then we'll go from there. So number 5, or you know what? Actually, I don't know. I gotta order them. Actually, I don't know what number 5 is.
Why don't you tell us your number 1? Have you chosen number 1?
Damn it!
It's hard.
We gotta do it over.
Whole thing? Alright.
I know that was a good intro, wasn't it?
That's okay.
Do you have a 5?
I think so, yeah.
Or you go first then.
Alright, so number 5 for me, it's gonna be the Fate series. So Fatestay Night, a lot of those Fate series, I would say like the whole thing, but like my favorite of the Fate ones has got to be like probably, I want to say in between Unlimited Blade Works, but they also came up with like a newer one on Netflix, Apocrypha, which was pretty gnarly. Like they just doubled down on the heroes, and the action to me was insane over like all the animes I've ever watched. It's got to be some of the best fight sequences ever, and very dramatic.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my 5.
All right.
So number 5. Now I base mine off of longevity.
Okay.
Not necessarily like how good it was, but how long I can watch something that is good.
Okay.
So
How many fillers? No.
number 5 is gonna have to be, I guess, Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh,
Brotherhood?
man, that was a good one. How did that not make the list?
Well, you only
I
said 5,
haven't-
right?
You know what? I haven't. But to be honest, I haven't finished. I haven't finished it. I know.
I'm gonna say Brotherhood. I like both Fullmetal Alchemists. Either one,
Mm-hmm.
they both have their I guess advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that. That's always like dear to my heart.
And the live action one was pretty sick too.
I haven't watched that. God damn it!
Oh my,
I've been to.
jeez! I'm like watching all these live action ones.
It's not anime.
Oh man, hey, it's all about.
Oh, it's number 4.
Number 4, I'm gonna say One Punch Man. One Punch Man, because it was just like the take on like the superhero-ness, and it's like silly and funny, but also just pretty awesome at the same time. There's not really too much drama. There's like little like tidbits here and there that kind of give you his like influence on him becoming a hero and what triggered that. But I mean, it's just something to be super silly and ridiculous. He's like ridiculously overpowered, and it's like their take on Superman.
It's definitely super silly and ridiculous.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it in the dub.
Oh,
sucks.
don't watch it dubbed.
The worst
Do not
dub
watch
ever.
It. English dub is garbage.
And I was so surprised because usually, the English dubs are good. The casting for the English dubs are usually good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna rewatch it in English and I'm gonna like it better.
Nope.
No, it didn't happen. So.
I couldn't get past the first episode. I had to stop.
Yeah.
Like I watched the whole thing like, subtitled Japanese audio, and
right.
that was awesome. To me, it was perfect. Nothing else needed to be done. English dub just trashed it.
Super trashed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you with that one. My number 4 is gonna be Death Note. Again, I go off of longevity.
Yeah.
Death Note doesn't have a lot of episodes, but it's really, really good. It's a
Yeah.
really good watch. probably like 32 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's only going to get me, you know, maybe a day,
Right.
2 days, a weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say number 4. I love the thought process. Not a lot of fighting in it, but the intellect that goes into that show is off the charts. You know, it's something that, you know, we kind of all thought about. Like, if we had superpowers, you know, we would make all the bad guys go away.
Right.
You know, so it has that that duality, you know, because he thinks he's good, but he's really doing evil.
My own justice.
Right. You know, so it's just a dope ass. I know everyone's probably seen that, but if you have not seen Death Note, the show, not the movie, the show, go ahead and watch that one.
So good.
Number 3?
Number 3, Death Note. My number 3 is Death Note for that reason, because, like, honestly, like, I procrastinated, I slept on it. I did not want to watch this. So I totally slept on this anime. And it was because something morbid about it. I was like, this thing's gonna be super evil. I'm not into that kind of stuff. But it wasn't that at all. It was more like crime, Sherlock Holmes, like very detective oriented and like analytical and like, you know, intelligent.
Love it.
I literally binged this show in like, I want to say 3 days. I just like, it was the only thing I was watching. Back to back to back to back. I knocked it out. And it was dope. I loved it. I love this show. I highly recommend this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So dope.
My number 3 is going to be Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu who?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, okay.
That is my shit. I've rewatched that probably about 3 times since I first seen it. It's also an older one, but the story dynamic is dope. Now you got to give past the first season, first like 15, 20 episodes, because it's kind of kiddish a little bit, and it's a little, you know, long as far as like telling the story, getting to the juicy part. But once you get to the juicy part, it's like, golly, there's emotions, there's action, and they actually complete it. They complete the story. There is no, oh, it just got canceled, or just like Bleach just got canceled.
Nice.
No, they actually complete the story, and that is it. The end, happily ever after.
Yeah.
And I love that, you know, so, you know, it comes full circle. It's not just like, what was that, the show, Inuyasha? Inuyasha's forever!
I never got to finish that. I would only catch episodes here and there. I never knew what happened.
Well,
like, I don't even know what they were doing.
It was just like kind of a Scooby-Doo, just forever, never really, you know, kill the main guy. It's just different stories over and over again. So, that would be number 3.
Number 3.
Number 2?
Number 2 for me, it's gonna be My Hero Academia right now. Only because, I mean, like, this show had me at episode 1. Like I'm all about like superhero, you know, like X-Men, that sort of thing. You know, everyone has different powers, that sort of thing, and that's what it brought to me in an anime, and I loved it for that. I was already off the momentum of watching One Punch Man, so I already had like all that like superhero-ness of the anime style things going for me. And this one just like fulfilled that like missing like seasons that we haven't gotten from One Punch Man. So watching this, it was just like, sweet, more heroes, anime style, and
way better.
Way better. I mean, there was like each character has its own storyline, and they tell us about each one of them, and they break it down to like quirks, and everyone has their own thing going for them. So I love this show. I absolutely loved it. And when the movie said that they were going to come out with it, I was like, hey, we can watch this in the theater.
We're going to go tonight, baby.
Do it.
I kind of lied, but I'll throw my other one in as like an honorable mention. Number 2 for me is probably, it is Bleach.
It's Bleach.
Again, I go off of longevity.
You gotta catch up on this.
The action in that is super dope. I like emotions, a lot of emotion in that. It's something I can kind of relate to, you know, because you want to do good, but sometimes, you know, you find yourself, you know, I guess going deeper into the inner you to accomplish those goals, and you might turn into something you don't really want to see or you want anyone else to see. So it's just a great anime to me. I would definitely recommend it to everyone if you have not seen it. Bleach.
Or the live action.
Doesn't count.
It was so good.
There's just something about Bleach. I hate that it went downhill. You know, I get that it's so much that goes into doing the manga and the anime, and the I guess the director or the animator kind of just didn't like it anymore. Didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So the quality went down. It's hard. It's hard for me to put it at number 2 because like the last season or two was just kind of garbage. But the main story arc, super dope. So you got to just stop at a certain point.
Yeah.
Once they encounter Aizen, then you just got to like, okay, we're done. But it continues from there. Just it shouldn't have. But that's my number 2. I will give you my honorable mention after I say number 1.
All right.
Which should have been number 3, but I forgot. Go ahead.
Number one. Number 1 for me right now, Naruto. And I mean,
Naruto.
Naruto. I started watching Naruto from one of my friends from high school that told me. And I mean, he showed me the fight with Naruto and Sasuke for the first time. And after that one episode, I was done. I was just like I was already into anime from Dragon Ball Z, but there wasn't a lot of stuff around during that time for me to watch.
Right.
So I got hooked on that super quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can definitely agree with you on that one.
it was great. I mean, all the dramatic stuff and the silliness. I mean, if you get past all the fillers, then I mean, it gets awesome. And then going into Naruto Shippuden, of course, and how they wrapped it up. I mean, it was pretty epic.
Yeah, I love
all-time
Shippuden.
favorite.
I just lump it all in it together.
Yeah.
Which, that's my number 1, is Naruto. We got, 15 years of anime from one show?
Yeah.
Like, you know how long that'll take me? Like, if I didn't have cable, if the internet was just down, I could pop in a bunch of DVDs of Naruto and survive.
Yeah.
Like that. That's what when they say if you could bring 3 movies to an island, what would you bring? Naruto is going. It's gonna last me until I get rescued.
You got hours.
And I'm gonna enjoy myself. And I'm gonna get action. I'm gonna get relationships. I'm gonna get growth, character development. Like I'm gonna get all that in one show.
So good.
So I gotta have that as my number 1. There's no other thing that even really compared to maybe Bleach, but they kind of veered off. But 15 years of a show.
15 years, man. It's it lingers with you. You kind of learn these life lessons, and that's how good it was. Is it it kind of taught me as I was growing up a couple of things. Like, damn, this thing's kind of dark, and I'm learning stuff from it, and it gets me right in the feels, and I'm
absolutely
pulling back tears.
For instance, when Naruto is with Pervy Sage or Jiraiya, whatever, and they're training, and he asks for an ice cream.
Oh,
and at first, Jiraiya was like, "I'm not your dad. We're here just for training. We're not here for friendship or whatever." And then he kind of I guess softens up, and he ends up bringing him a popsicle. Because my dad wasn't really around like that, and we definitely didn't share a popsicle. So I can only imagine, I can understand what Naruto was feeling, but I can only imagine what it felt like for it to actually happen, and you got to get the popsicle.
Yeah.
So just that alone, that's just one example of, the life lessons that...
The feels, man.
Right. That's going to get you. Like, damn.
Right. Dang, Naruto.
Right.
Damn you. Damn you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's definitely number 1. Now, my honorable mention, which should have been number 3,
Yeah.
but it's not that long.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a season, I believe.
Okay.
And I believe I got you to watch it. It's Claymore.
Oh, man.
Claymore.
What happened with this? They straight slept on this.
Yeah.
Claymore is so epic that I binged it. And at the end, I was just like... They did me dirty because they never finished it. The way that it's just cliffhanger, and then there's so much that they build up to that it's kind of sad that they do that to animes, and the budget isn't there or whatever, maybe. I don't know.
There's just so much saturation, and then the budgets, and getting people to actually, stay on the project, and there's a lot that goes into anime, and we're not experts, and I don't try to be an expert. There are people online that will give you the rundown of what it takes to do or produce an anime.
Yeah.
So I just know just the basics of licensing issues, and there's all kind of things that stop an anime from happening.
Yeah.
Except, what's the one with the giants? The
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Oh man.
They kind of just like kick their own self in the ass by like, you know what? I think we're going to do video games now.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do movies now.
No. They changed gears.
Get to the show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like they went from doing the show to straight to the big screen to video games, and I mean, that's why it didn't make the list for me. Just because Attack on Titan, I feel like they were kind of shady the way that they went about things. Exactly, just like
focused.
that. And even with the new season, I feel pretty jaded just because they never continued the storyline. They did tell us a little bit of stuff extra. You know what? You're not missing much, I gotta say. Like, I'm still kind of disappointed. Now, I do gotta catch up on these last maybe 2 episodes that came out, but overall, like, the new season of Attack on Titan, I just feel like, they're not telling us more about what happened, even though they could. And it's just like, alright, fine, whatever.
Yeah, that's my issue with some of these popular anime is that they're like, well, the studio bought 100 episodes. We only really wrote 20. So now we got to put 80 filler episodes in here just to, so they can get what they bought. And I'm like, no. You need to write actual, plots, story arcs and plots and all these side things and expanding these storylines. No. That's what I like about Hero Academia.
Yes.
If they give me probably 2 more seasons, maybe like 50 more episodes, then that's going to go on my top 5 for sure. They're not there yet because it's not enough episodes, but I'm definitely like, is it Sunday yet? Is it Saturday or whenever? Is it Saturday or Sunday they come out? I think it's Saturday.
I think
Saturday
I watch
night?
it like on like Fridays, or it comes out on Thursdays for me.
What?
Something like that.
All right. Well, the streaming service I watch it, I think it's on the weekend, so I'm always like, oh yeah, baby, my hero.
Yeah.
And I love how it comes out in English.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really quick, right after. So I'm not that far behind. Like Naruto, I was like a year and a half behind.
I can't wait for the English. I gotta watch it. Like, I need to be current.
Oh, see, I always think I like the English dub. It's a nice dub. I get this. I watch myself in dub.
Actually, out of everything dubbed, that's got to be the top one too. Like, honestly, like they did such a good job dubbing that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Most animes are good dubbed.
Yeah.
It's the older ones that weren't so much, but the current ones, like the last 20 years, is probably fine.
Especially like Dragon Ball. Like that dub is a must. I can't imagine like watching it undubbed. It's just
Undubbed.
garbage.
I'm like, is he a girl? What
Yeah,
is...
why is he squeaky?
You're right. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, that's the video, guys. We just wanted to talk about some anime. Our top.
What's
we do
your
watch...
top 5?
Right. What's your top 5?
Is some of our top 5 on your list, or are we tripping? Like, how did One Piece not make the cut? Because
it's not making the cut for me.
it's not making the cut.
Never. I haven't. I've tried to watch it, but I can't do
You
it.
take those Looney Tunes elsewhere.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. We want to know your top 5. If ours is probably not going to be on there because everyone's like, "Oh, it's all about the new stuff." But because if you look on right now, top 10 anime, it ain't going to be any ones we said.
Wow.
It's Brotherhood might be on there.
Okay.
But everyone is like, they're done with the older stuff, So, but it's all good, I
Classically trained.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
I like that type of stuff. I remember the classics.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we're out. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll let you know why you are wrong or why you're awesome because you agree with us. That's how it goes. Either you agree or you're wrong.